think I'm pretty fine to drink beers. Anything I score over a 5, really. I think it's like, I don't know, we'll find this out in the process, right? Maybe if they get below 5, I'll be like, oh, I'd rather drink milk. Like, who knows? Hello again, Paul here to all my friends. If you didn't watch our last video, we kind of nonchalantly was trying to come up with a beer rating system that we can use for our videos here and you guys can kind of follow along with. So if you haven't watched that one, check that one out, but we're going to put that into practice now and see how it goes. I did a Pilsner before. Let's try this again. We've got water, we've got yeast, we've got hops, we've got grain. Almost snuffed some up my nose then. Ah, yes, I should probably tell you what it is. It's a sour beer. It's a raspberry and rose hip sour. So I wanted to do this beer because what we were talking in the first video is like there's another, you know, there's things in beer that aren't your 4 main ingredients, and this is a good example. A sour beer, it's got raspberry and it's got rose hip in it. So 2 things that aren't your 4 main ingredients in beer. So let's see how we can go using our method. This one, let's start from the bottom up. We did water first last time. Let's do grain. It's astringent, it's sour, it's a sour beer. I think, in my opinion, it could be a little unbalanced with the sweetness from the malts to the fruits and the adjuncts coming in. Not overly, like it's just balanced. I feel like you've got your fruit here and your sweet, like sweet from your fruit here and sweet from your malt, your grain here, and I think that could be a little more balanced. So let's go. I'm going to give that an 18. I'm going to give that an 18 out of 25 because it's not bad, and it's just constructive criticism. My subjective constructive criticism. 18 out of 25 is not bad. Hops, let's do hops next. Now we're drinking a sour beer, so really you don't really want aromatics in there. I don't really want it in this style of beer anyway, so the hops are really just there to give it a backbone of bitterness, and it's doing that quite well. I'm not getting too much IBU because that astringency and the sourness is kind of taking over that in a good way. Hops I think are bang on point for this one. I'm going to give it a 22. Because it's, that in this style of beer, you really don't want that showcasing. Like no one wants like a dry hop sour. Sorry, I shouldn't say that. I have tried some really good dry hop sour beers. Forgive me. There's some really good, but they're few and far between. Yeast. What sort of yeast profile are we picking up on this one? I'm not getting any esters. There might be a little bit of spice there. Let's try. Let's try this. No, that yeast is on point. It's clean. It is. It's not estery. Again, I don't want that in that style of beer. I thought there might have been like a little bit of like a spice or phenolic there, but it's not. It's just the raspberry. It's what I'm tasting there. Yeast, I like it. I'm going to give that a 20. It's not doing anything wrong. If anything, they could probably ferment it for a wee bit longer. Let the yeast clean up a little bit more. My opinion. Water. So we did this first last time, let's do it last this time. It's got a nice It's got a nice minerality to it, which is not, it's not salty, unlike the thing. It's more of a, it reminds me more of like a spring water or a mineral water, San Pellegrino, that kind of, like, it's just got this bubbly effervescence minerality, and I guess that goes to the carbonation as well. So I like it. Let's give that a 22, a 20 as well. Which gives us a grand total of, my maths man behind the camera is 8.82 out of 100. So this is what we got to. We got one at 7.3. We've done this second beer here. We've got to an 8.2. Again, I'm just doing a very simple thing because I know the style of beer. I know what it is. I don't have to, I'm not doing a blind testing here. I'm not judging a beer with a blindfold on and then, like, we're not doing that, which is in a beer judging, in competition, you will, you can't really give all the hints away, you know. That's why they have a big, such a stringent system to judge beer. We're not trying to do that. We're just trying to get to a number that we can all go like, hey, how good was that beer compared to another double IPA? You gave that one a 7.3, you gave that one a 8.2. So again, this is just a, we're at the groundworks here, and I can't stress enough how much we would like you to be involved in this. You don't want to just have me coming up with all of this, because it'll be very, very subjective to me. I'd like it to be something that we could all, if you came to the bar, we could go through it that way. If you were just following me on a video, you could try a beer and use the same method to get to a result where you're just like, oh, it was an all right beer. And it's like, no, it was an all right beer. I gave it a 6.3. And here's why I gave it a 6.3. In the process, like, everyone actively drinks. Like, everyone picks up a drink and goes, not this beer in particular. Some people might go like, oh, it's terrible, it's shite. Some might say like, I'd rather drink milk. Some might say, I have a good friend that will drink some of my heavy dark beers that I make sometimes, and he says he'd rather drink wine. Bear in mind, he drinks Great Northern, so a barrel-aged stout's probably not his cup of tea. But we're trying to get to a point where you can judge things yourself, or give a quantifiable score to the beers that you drink. As I said, everyone actively drinks. Everyone, like, we've all seen someone at a bar, it's like, here, try this, like, ooh, yeah, and the face says it all, right? Pardon me, you know straight away. Like, okay, that beer's not for you. So with this kind of system, you'll be able to tell yourself why you like it, why you don't like it, what's wrong with it, what's right with it, and I guess overall, would you drink it again? You know, I'm getting to a point here, I'm like, I can kind of see where my numbers are. I've just done 2 beers now, but I've got one 7.3, one 8.2. I think I'm pretty fine to drink beers. Anything I score over a 5, really. I think it's like, I don't know, we'll find this out in the process, right? Maybe if they get below 5, I'll be like, oh, I'd rather drink milk. Like, who knows? I think on that note, we'll leave it, my friends. Please like, subscribe, and comment on what you would like to see on To All My Friends Beer Judging Guide. Cheers to all my friends.